evening. This is an update on the progress of the campaign that I've been mentioning that we're trying to get going on the West Side. We have met up at a residence of one of the brothers that are out here in service of trying to help us get this thing together, and he's a part of it. And he's been calling a whole lot of people. Actually, 13 people showed up singularly with, just singularly from his efforts. And about, let me see, 4 of these were women who used to be prostitutes right over here on this West Side. And so a lot of these people were, had, as I said before, the church experience. And some of them are still attending some of these churches, and they are also a bit disappointed. I won't say frustrated, but a bit disappointed because they don't see that their church involved in the community. And a lot of them are saying it's just that it's an issue that is unspoken. And so it all goes back to when I was out there in the mid and late 90s. When I spoke up on this issue, I was pretty much attacked, almost killed in a couple of instances, and therefore pushed out of the body. So plus, out of 4 of these women, 3 of them used to work the streets as prostitutes, like I said before. And these women who had attended a whole lot of these churches were disappointed because, due to the fact that a lot of these churches had become institutions, a whole lot of the men who were in, you might as well say, little petty power positions within those churches had their little private offices and stuff like that. And so they would schedule meetings with these women, not to counsel them, but to try to sleep with them. And so a whole lot of that was going on. And I already mentioned what church all of that was going on in. But the whole thing is, these women and these people who were actually trying to turn their lives around and who were being misused are the ones that are campaigning along with us to try to fix the problem. Now, a whole lot of people who are out here criticizing us and call themselves, those people are confused and those people are fools and all of that. Those are the ones who are in their little church communities and in their little church gatherings, who are afraid to come to the so-called alphabet streets, and they sit back with the little cultistic group of people and they criticize everyone. But go right ahead and you do your criticizing, but you stay over there in your comfortable place and just attend to your little flock, because we don't need people like you anyway, because you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You're just full of propaganda and all of that. It really doesn't matter what you do, because you're not doing anything. If you're not helping the world, you're not doing anything. If you're not adding to the body of Christ, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything unless you're doing exactly what the example that Yeshua left behind. If you're not doing nothing for humanity, then you are not a human being. You are actually inhumane. If you're not with the program, then you're against the program. And if the program is Christ-like, the way that y'all put it, and if you're against the program, and if you're not going to the lost sheep, then it means that you're antichrist. I mean, this you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand what me and other people are getting ready to imply. And the only thing that we're trying to do is get people back involved in the community so that we can stomp out the fire of this current culture that has grown, that is inhumane, that is sucking up the minds and the hearts of our youth, including some of our adults. You know, this whole hip hop culture, this perverse culture that is swallowing up the world. So unless you're out here trying to stump out the fire of that evil, then it only means you advocate the evil by being afraid of going into the darkness to try to resolve it. You have to be a beacon of light to go into the darkness to stump out the fire. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You know, you can attack me all you want to. You know, you can attack me, or you can attack some other people that are getting ready to start videos to encourage activity starting on the west side and all of that. You can do that, but your words are pointless and useless, you know, pointless and useless. But at least we're out here grouping together, talking to people, trying to do something. You know, a lot of people just sit back and criticize and try to judge and condemn. We could care less. We're going to be out here. We're going to be talking to people. We're not going to preach that Israelite related stuff, because that stuff doesn't have, it doesn't mean anything. You know, it's just, oh, we're part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, fine. We're a part of 12 tribes of Israel. Now what? Now what? Now that you've given me that information, what is that supposed to mean to me? And after you tell me what that's supposed to mean to me, how is that going to make my life better? It means it doesn't mean anything unless you're out here doing exactly what you're supposed to do. It really doesn't matter what you call yourself, an Israelite, or I've said these things before. It doesn't mean anything. You have to band together with people who are of the same interests and get out here and do what we can to make things better for the environment. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But most of the people were disappointed in the church, even though a lot of the people, because it was like 13 people, and I would say 11 of the people were church members. And going through everyone there, we were asking them, are you frustrated with the church, or are you just disappointed in the church? Because hopefully you're not frustrated in the church, because frustration makes you want to quit. So if you're only disappointed in the church, then try to encourage your pastor to get involved in this, to get back into the community. Get back involved with the community and clean the community up. That's all. It's just a community effort. Now, if you're too afraid to come to the quote unquote alphabet streets, you're not going to be any use over here anyway. Just stay over there where you at. Stay over there where you at with your little flock. Stay over there. It doesn't mean anything. And keep bowing down to your God fear, because that's the only thing. That's what your God is. You would rather bow down to fear than to bow down to the divine creator to get you motivated to do exactly what you know that you should be doing. However, you would rather bow down to your God fear and just stay right there and keep everybody else around you hostage of doing absolutely nothing at all. But with that being said, I'm going to cut this short. But the meeting went well, and we're supposed to be having another one tomorrow night. And we're going to be talking more about cleaning up this culture that that has a whole lot of our youth messed up mentally and spiritually, you know. And so a whole lot of the gang members that I know over on the west side, I'm getting ready to get re-established with them. I'm getting ready to reach out to the Black Panther Party here, because I know a whole lot of those brothers. I'm getting ready to reconnect with them and see what they can do to help produce some order in the community. And not, I don't mean order in the sense of dictatorship, but order in the sense of decency. You know, there's a whole lot of women that are interested in getting motivated. There's a whole lot of older women on the mothers board of some of the churches that are interested in this campaign, and they are getting ready to start speaking up on the dress code in the church and in the dress code in the community, in the sense of not trying to tell people how to dress, but to reestablish a ladylike demeanor back in the young ladies that are coming up today, so that they can be better young ladies, and they can be better parents if they, you know, have kids in particular. But we're up against a wicked and perverse culture, and that's what it all boils down to it. And I saw this coming in the 90s, when a whole lot of things that were I didn't agree with ended up in the church, you know, like all this praise dancing and all of this, you know, these women in these long summer see-through dresses and all of that. I'm like, this is not cool. And then when you speak on it, then people will try to say, oh, well, your mind is in the gutter and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, but you're not stupid. You see what's going on, you know. So when it all boils down to it, that's what we're up against. We're up against a perverse culture, like we all had came to an agreement with. So that's what we're up against. We're up against a wicked culture, and we're on this campaign to go around to let the churches know that we're up against a wicked culture. Okay? And we need to reestablish decency in the world. And that's the walk of Christ. That's the walk of Yeshua. And if anybody can't understand that, then it is you that are confused. It's no one else. It's you. With that being said, everyone have a good evening.